Family mourning the loss of Dominique Goodman. They say he was shot and killed in this Bojangles parking lot Sunday afternoon.
Shout out to the Cows gang. You know who it is, Mr. Palm, aka Boss Daddy. And we gotta talk about this unfortunate situation right here. Now, I want you to take a look at this gentleman right here on the side of me. This brother's name was Dominique Goodman. He was born in 1982, and he ended up getting killed in 2025, December the 7th. Unfortunate situation where he's being a father. He got a teenage daughter working in Bojangles, right? Teenage daughter get into it with the manager. I believe the manager was over 21 or whatnot, and they got into it. I believe they told him to leave, told the manager to leave, go home. He decided to wait in the parking lot. Teenage daughter called the father. Father come out there, and I guess he confronted this dude. And unfortunately, Dominique Goodman was killed by this manager. Damn! Now, the tripped out thing about this whole thing is the manager didn't run away. He didn't flee the scene. He stood there, he called the police, or whoever called the police, and now he's locked up. We're gonna get into it. And a lot of people are saying that it's more to it than just that, saying that the teenage daughter threatened to call her father. You know what I'm talking about? And all I gotta say, this is definitely an unfortunate situation. The restaurant is located at 9135 Roosevelt Highway, and it was around 1:15 in the afternoon for a person shot. He was found dead in the parking lot, and it said the investigation for two men, the manager and the victim, were involved in the argument, which escalated to the deadly shooting, right? So the person who did the killing is Maurice Nolan Evans of Forest Park for the murder. He charged with murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. So they said, he's an employee / manager or whatnot. The thing about it is, if it's a commission of a felony, I'm trying to think, because Georgia's stand your ground law as well. It's not as potent like Florida, but they do stand your ground law. But he's been charged. That don't mean he's gonna be found guilty. Now, what I want to do is play this news clip, and I'll get back to you.
And it's developing tonight. Palmetto police have now identified the Bojangles employee accused of opening fire and killing a man in the parking lot. His name is Maurice Evans of Forest Park. So Evans is now charged with murder after a shooting this afternoon at the restaurant on Roosevelt Highway. 11 Alive's Galat Malame spoke with the victim's family about what led up to this shooting.
Police say this shooting began with an altercation, and relatives I spoke to say that man was coming here just to try and help his daughter.
This is a sad situation, just sad. So I just hope justice be served.
Family mourning the loss of Dominique Goodman. They say he was shot and killed in this Bojangles parking lot Sunday afternoon. His relative, Marlene Lately, rushed to the restaurant on Roosevelt Highway.
My son called me, and I didn't hesitate, jumped up and got ready and came out here.
She says Goodman came to the restaurant because his teenage daughter, who works there, called him asking for help.
I guess her and the manager might have got into it or something like that, so she called her dad, which any child would do. And the dad came up there to see about his daughter. Lately says when Goodman arrived, the manager was waiting for him in the parking lot. Now he's laying there on the ground and his family seeing him. It's sad. That's sad.
Palmetto police say they believe a Bojangles employee fired the shots and is now in custody. Officers responded to the shooting around 1:15 p.m., blocking off the area for more than 4 hours. A representative for Bojangles tells 11 Alive News its hearts go out to the victim and all those impacted. Writing in part, the safety of our guests and team members is always our top priority. The franchisee is fully cooperating with local law enforcement as they conduct their investigation. Lately, pleading for an end to the violence.
I'm just telling everybody, put down these guns, start thinking.
That now has her family planning a funeral this holiday season.
It's terrible. I mean, because here come Christmas, they wait, he probably got everything ready for him. And now you got to spend the holidays without your dad and their cousin and brothers.
This is an ongoing investigation, and police are asking any witnesses to reach out to them. In Palmetto, Galat Malame, 11 Alive News.
Cows gang, this is definitely an unfortunate situation. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. in my opinion, you know, by her being a teenager. See, I don't know if she's 18. If she's 18 and over, then, you know, I fought her. But I believe they said she was 16. Now, her being 16, she's underage. And I can't knock her for calling her father. And it's a father's duty to come out there and see what's going on with their child and protect their child, you know what I'm saying, even if it risks their life.
Truth is what it is.
And let's keep it real. Most likely, she probably told him who dude was. He went out there, confronted dude, said, don't talk to my daughter, don't say nothing to my daughter, don't my daughter. And dude shot him.
Pop, go to Weasel.
You know, people need to understand that on the flip side, grown or not, you call me, you finna go pick up your brother. You finna get your brother. I'm finna have my brother come out and y'all up. I'm gonna have my family come y'all up. I want y'all to understand that you putting your family in harm's way because everybody's not gonna take an ass whooping. Everybody's not finna run away. And everybody not finna be shuck and jab and say, oh, my bad, I didn't mean no harm. You're gonna have a motherfucker that's locked and loaded and ready to pull the trigger. So now, understand that when you do this, you escalating the situation to be worse than it had to be.
Bruh.
Sometimes it's best to just call the police. Now, what I want y'all to look at is the comments off Facebook about the situation. And tell me if y'all agree, Cows Gang. So when you look on here, you got a female that said the younger me would have did the same exact thing. But however, the older me wouldn't put my dad, husband, and son in harm's way. So she's saying that when she was younger, she would have made a phone call her father, her brother, you know what I'm saying? And she even said her son, because you got a lot of grown mothers will put their teenage son in harm's way to protect their ass when she started the mother. Now, she say she wouldn't do it now, her being older than what she, you know, older now. This dude says, what? He pulled up thinking he was about to fight? I ain't about to fight nobody. So saying like you went up there to fight and Pop go to Weasel.
Pop, go to Weasel.
This woman says, don't pull up on people who just got fired. So I'm assuming that this dude got fired for whatever went on and he's pissed off. I'm going off what she say. I don't know the whole dynamics. This dude said this may have been prevented if the police would have been called to handle the situation. So he's saying that, hey man, you called your daddy when you should have called the police. This girl says she was a teenage girl. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. The only thing that I knew how to do coming from a loving family, parentheses, I wish in hindsight that the father had called the police. However, no one ever expected this, and they don't. Some people think when they come up there, they finna go ahead and bust them dope moves, and it's gonna go the way they figure it's gonna go. But tables can switch and turn, taking a risk. She also said nowadays we must expect the unexpected, think non-traditionally. Her father did as any good father would have, whether black, white, Jew, or Gentile. He simply came to pick up his daughter, but the manager was still out there idling in the parking lot with a gun. The only person out of order here is the person who antagonized the young girl, the manager. He was asked to leave, yet he stayed around while the young girl waited for her father. This person had a gun on the premises where he worked, remained at the job after being asked to leave without provocation, escalated the incident to a high degree because of his weapon. This is absolutely tragic. I am so heartbroken. Dear Lord, cover this precious family in your name, Jesus. And I'm gonna read this last one. This dude says, treat all strangers as armed and dangerous and you will live longer. But there's so many people in the comments basically saying that she shouldn't have called her father. They don't blame the father, but at the same time, they say he should have called the police. You know, this is something to definitely talk about. See, maybe back in the day, you can call your father, your brother, and you go confront a guy, and he like, I don't want no problems, and it don't nobody get whooped. It's just we got a solution. We done. This day and age, motherfuckers on that wish a would, wish a motherfucker would around and found out. So I gotta ask y'all, Cows Gang. When it comes to this teenage daughter who decided to call her father for him to come out there and either confront dude, check dude, whoop his ass or whatnot, I got to know, is she a victim or volunteer? And on the flip side, when it comes to this manager of Bojangles, Maurice Nolan Evans, I got to know, is he a victim or volunteer? Y'all better think twice for popping up talking about whooping ass and because it ain't always gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. Straight up.